My microphone didn't want to work for a second there. I had to unplug it and plug it back in. It was like stuck on it was stuck on like mute. I couldn't unmute it. Okay, we're doing some Xenogears. Let me get this up on screen here. Yeah, that was weird. So last time on Xenogears, we took Faye to the what's it called? Those people. It's like a religion, and they helped him. And we met a new character as well. Oh, well, we'd already met him, but he started traveling with us. But I think Faye is still recovering. Something like that. Hold on, I think I need to reset this. Because my controller was not plugged in. Oh, there we go. Okay. Man, what is that group called that we took him to? I cannot remember. It was like E something, I think. Ethos. I think it was the Ethos. I think that's what they were called. Billy. Yes, Billy is our new character. Billy. He has a father who is like a drunk cowboy. Not Billy. I keep forgetting to remove not actually kidnapped from my bio. And to update the follower goals thing. It's been a little while since we hit the goal. All right, let's play. Yeah, Faye is still recovering, so we're playing as Billy right now because the game just kind of put him in the lead role, and I'm fine with that, I guess. Okay, so we had come here to get Billy because we needed to go somewhere. Do be careful now. How may I be of service? Well, we can take a look at weapons and accessories, I guess. It has been a while. Right, Billy needs ammo. Billy needs ammo, so let's just buy some ammo. I do have quite a bit of money. Penguin coat. Dervish dress. I have one of each of these rings because I figured I might find a use for them at some point. I'm gonna buy this dervish dress, I think, and we'll do like 4 penguin coats, I guess, maybe. Actually, I already have 4 penguin coats. All right, and I already have a dervish dress. Wow, I was about to buy a bunch of shit I already had. Why don't I have any of those equipped? Is it just because I have armor on my characters already that I like? I hope I can be of such service again. Let's find out. I think he's a... The Holy Habit... Wow, it gives him a ton of defense. 2 times support effect times defense value plus 5. That thing gives him like 40... Wait. Yeah, that thing gives him 42 extra defense. Just having it on. That's pretty awesome. He's got the blowjob M10 gun. Wait, I forgot. I have to, like, go through it like this. Okay, hold on. Is there a better rod? The martial rod. I didn't even have the best weapon for her equipped. That's okay. Dervish dress. Whippa-snappa. Is there a reason I kept the Whippa-snappa equipped? It doesn't say it does anything special. The Cobra Cracker has poison. It does 1 less damage, but it apparently can poison people. Serpent Sting is +1 damage, so I could go with the Cobra Cracker and inflict poison damage. Not that we fight outside of our mechs much anymore. Really, but I'm sure we will soon enough. So I gotta remember what we were doing. We were headed somewhere, like, I think in the Yggdrasil. I'm gonna go back to the helm real quick because there's probably characters there that can tell me what I was doing. Like Sigurd. We have arrived at the transport ship. Be careful now, Billy. Right, okay. So I guess we're just getting off. Get on the transport ship? Yes. I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be. It's dark. Ooh, something stinks! This unusual smell is that of the Vels. It sure looks like they attacked. One more thing. On the room's middle wall is a red switch. Push the switch to turn on the lights. Scared? No. Just a little. Billy. I love that his name is Billy. Which means that his full name is probably William. Light on, opened door, lock A. I hear noises coming from these boxes, I think. Is Snake hiding in this room somewhere? Ah, Colonel. I've decided to hide under a cardboard box. Speak of the devil, here's some non-mech fighting. Time to remember combos. Surya! Oh, does the whip inflict poison randomly, or does it just give him the ability to use a poison attack? Gunholic. So you telling me every shot he makes, every breath he takes, costs ammo? These things are doing a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Apparently none of my characters have combos that start with square, and that's fine. Surya! I forgot to check his skills. Well, X brings out the shotgun. Damn, dude. Billy's a regular cowboy. I like to point out Billy is a religious man that uses guns. So anyway, we started blasting. Billy likes to kick over boxes, apparently. Oh, look, a penguin coat. I already don't, not like I don't already have enough of those. I forgot to see if I could put that on Bart. All he did with Bart was change his weapon. Iron Mail. Let's see how much better this penguin coat is. Penguin coat. Wait, was it better? Yeah, it was better. I don't have anything that's better than it in raw defense. I'm gonna drop his attack by 2 in favor of increasing something else, possibly. Something that isn't defense. Guess I could do hit percent plus 5. There, that's a decent setup, I think. For the moment, for the time being. We've got 2 doors and a ladder. Excellent. A save station. I think we made it past the story part last time, and now we're back into the combat dungeon part. This game like switches. It's like, here's 2 to 3 hours of story. Here's a couple hours of combat. Back to the story. Maybe we'll throw a boss battle in or 2 into either, but you're going to get a majority of story or a majority of combat plus a boss battle, depending on the part of the game you're in. And I don't really mind, because it mixes things up and it keeps it from being too stale, and it keeps it from being too all over the place. And yet again, I forget to check Bart's abilities, and I forget to heal Billy. Billy! Billy! No, Billy! My apple. Do you just flip a coin into the air and then shoot through the coin into the enemy? Other. No, I imagine it adds poison to his whip. Sonic. What is this? Is there a way to use combos? These are just my attacks, right? Yeah. I guess that's just a way to check how much AP they cost. I should like read through this game's manual one of these days. Maybe I learn a thing or two. Does this show you... the AP required to use these? I really want to use Nutcrack. Moves all effects, restores HP, speed up next turn, restores HP all. That's nice. Defense up. This guy, this is our support character if I've ever seen one. Maybe you can use the combo screen if you have enough AP. I'm gonna have to try. See if I can figure out what that screen does. Because it looks like you can input something. Maybe you can chain attacks together if you have enough AP. I don't know. I don't know. I'm nearly 30-something hours into this game, and I still don't fully know everything you can do in the combat system. B locked. Alright, we'll have to get door B open. B! Open, says me. Fine. B that way. Surya! Surya! Oh shit, I gotta see what Nutcrack is. You know, they made a whole RPG based on Billy's character. It's called Resonance of Fate. I actually like that game quite a bit. I've never beaten it. Maybe that'll be an RPG Monday someday, 50 years from now. Resonance of the Fatal. Alright, let's see what Nutcracker is. Nutcracker. It's just Dante using his pistols. Rhythm Shock learned. That's the rhythm game spin-off of the BioShock series. Gitaru Shock. I'm sorry, I was doing Japanese today. Studying Japanese today. So now I've got like English in my head. Rakuto Punchi. I've seen this enemy design elsewhere, and I don't remember where, but I swear to God I've seen this enemy design in other stuff. Does this thing have tits? Greato. That is exactly what it is. You can go straight to using your combo attacks if you have enough AP. How have I gone this far in the game and only just now discovered what that option does? I just tried to use Siri on my phone because my elbow was resting on it. Alright. This thing has a lot of health. Time for a Nutcrack. Give him the old Nutcracker special. It's nice to have a character who can heal everyone. Saiton could too, but he had to use 2 abilities to do it. What are these? Are these like people? Please don't be like people. Mummies. Ooh, let's see what Hellblast is. Now, how do you keep track of Billy's ammo easily? Because I feel like I'm gonna run out without even realizing it. Not that I can really do anything about it without a shop. Also, I'm kind of surprised we're still on disc 1. Disc 2, either the game's gonna be a lot longer than I'm expecting it to be, or disc 2 is, like, short. Which could be the case, because, like, in Final Fantasy, when you got on the last disc, it was, like, the shortest disc. Yo, Rhythm Shock. Nice. That did a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Time to just spam Rhythm Shock. The gun is good. The penis is evil. Open door lock B. Four more hours and we'll be 30 hours in. I hope that's not hurting me. It doesn't seem to be. Also, let me heal because Ellie is at 33 HP. I want my mummy. How long's it been since you heard that joke? I gotta grab a drink here in a second. I need a boost of energy. This might be one of the first times we've fought with Ellie outside of our mechs, actually, now that I think about it. Received B&J M&S ammo. Alright, hold on. Let me grab an energy drink real quick so I can boost myself. Nothing like a Monster. I drank a Coke energy drink today that had coffee in it, apparently. It was like Coca-Cola and coffee. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be. It tasted more like Coca-Cola than coffee. Not that I'm going to complain, because I don't really like coffee. I know, some of you are like, what the hell? You don't like coffee? Oh, Colonel. This guy, he doesn't like coffee. I don't like my morning brown. Oh, I just realized Ellie is knocked the fuck out. You just got knocked the fuck out! Ellie has been taking a lot of damage. Ugh. Blood. Looks like blood. What happened on this transport? No, wait. This is water with rust in it. Let's hurry on ahead. I like the creepy music. That was good. There are definitely moments in this where it kind of has the same kind of sense of humor as Paper Mario. I don't really know how else to explain it. Paper Mario is a game we will be doing on RPG Monday someday. Soon. Maybe even after this, just to mix things up. Like, we'll do a serious RPG and then throw in a less serious RPG. Something a little bit quicker to digest. Because the Paper Mario games are like 20 hours each. Received Silver Beret. Something fucked did happen on this transport, though, for sure, because there's, like, body bags hanging from the ceiling. And the only thing around is, like, robots. Robots. Shotgun ammo. It's rusted shut. Quick, how do you defeat rust? It's locked, but the door's rusted shut. Maybe if you ran into it. Oh, okay. It's time to do what I kept doing to James. Run into it again. Again. What a mechanic. Gunholic does a lot of damage. Yo, nice flip, Ellie. Why do these things hate Ellie? These enemies really, really don't like Ellie. Do I have any tents? I should, right? Hopefully I do. Tent. Tento. I don't think I have any tents. Survival tent, I do right there. I might have to use that back on the save spot if I use up too much of my magic. Gonna run into it more. Okay, we just rammed the door off the hinges. That was some pretty powerful running, apparently. We should just run into our enemies. Alright, let's see. I'm keeping that Pepsi bottle, by the way, that I chugged. I held on to it. I'm gonna keep it as a souvenir and a reminder. A reminder to never chug 2 liters of soda ever again. I think after we do Xenogears, like after we finish this game, 10 years from now, we'll do Paper Mario for the N64 next. Because that's supposed to be coming to the Switch N64 service at some point, and that would make it very easy for me to stream that game. Because I don't know if you know this, but well, I could stream it on the Wii U as well, but the Wii U does something to N64 games I'm not a huge fan of. One, it displays them in kind of a weird resolution. The window's kind of small. And it adds like a dark filter over them for some reason to like lower the brightness. I don't know why they did that with the Wii U versions. It's not present in the Wii versions, and it's not present in the Switch versions so far. But some N64 games, or all, I don't know, run with like a dark filter. So, and Project 64 emulates some N64 games pretty good, and has problems with others. Paper Mario 64, to my knowledge, has some Project 64 problems. Maybe not anymore, but last time I used Project 64 to play it, it definitely had some issues. Rendering some areas and things. The Switch version, though, should be fine, so... They advertised that as one of the games that they'd be adding pretty soon, so I imagine by the time I finish this game, it'll have been on there for a while. And then Thousand Year Door emulates... Actually, Dolphin emulates Thousand Year Door a lot better than Project 64 emulates, the original Paper Mario. In fact, with Dolphin, you can play Thousand Year Door with fan-made HD textures, and I've checked out the HD textures in that game, and they look official. Like, they look like they were done by Nintendo themselves. Who knows? Some of them might be ripped from later Paper Mario games, but yeah, the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door with the HD textures on Dolphin is a really, really good way to play that game. So I definitely want to do it that way. It just makes the game look nice. It makes the textures nice and crisp, and it doesn't ruin the atmosphere in any way, in my opinion. It just makes it more pleasant to view on a modern screen. Is there a reason for this ladder here? I guess not. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll do this, and then we'll do Paper Mario for the N64 next as our next RPG Monday game. And then we'll go back to and do like a serious RPG. I might do like Chrono Trigger. It's another short one, but it's, again, it's back on the serious side. It'll be something like that, but I definitely want to do Paper Mario 64 next. It's been a long time since I played that game, and I'd like to do the Paper Mario series. Well, I'd like to do at least the first 3 games in the order they came out. I might also do Origami King, because while not full RPG, that one is still pretty fun. And it has a lot of good moments. I don't like this enemy very much. I like how Bart and Ellie celebrate like they didn't just sleep the whole battle. Yeah, we did it too! Alright, I'm gonna use a tent. I only have 2 left. I should definitely buy more of those next time I'm at a shop. Also, we'll definitely be doing more Eastward soon. That's another game we took a break from because of October. But I would like to play more of that. That game is a lot of fun. That has a very Nintendo... Like, it's more mature than a Nintendo game. Unless you compare it to Mother 3, which is probably one of the most mature-themed RPGs Nintendo has made. But Eastward has a very, very Nintendo feel to it. That I appreciate very much. I also want to get the Mario what's it called? Super Mario Party or whatever. No, that's the last one that came out. What's the new one called? Mario Party All-Stars? Whatever that new one is, that's a remake of the N64 era Mario Party games. I'd like to get that and get some friends together and play it. Mario Party 2 is my favorite Mario Party. And so I am pretty excited about that remake on the Switch. I know it's kind of like a pseudo remake of like, well, it's got boards from like all 3 games, doesn't it? I know it's only got like 5 boards right now, which isn't a lot. But hopefully they'll add more as DLC or just free updates or whatever, kind of like they did with Mario Golf. But they had a couple of my favorites, so I appreciate that. Not that the boards are like the most important thing about Mario Party, in my opinion. I feel like the minigames are the most important aspect of Mario Party. The boards, fun board designs are cool, but in my opinion, a good board only adds to the minigames. It also has online, so even if you don't have friends, you can still... You can just hate strangers for an evening. I mean, that sounds like a good time, doesn't it? Just getting mad at random strangers for a night. Like, fuck you, you stole my star, asshole. There's nothing more satisfying than, like, someone bragging that they're gonna win in Mario Party and then you land on Boo and you steal their star. Oh, not Red Rum. I thought we killed you. Or is this like Red Rum's, like, brother? Well, we're gonna start, of course, with Wild Smile. I'm gonna heal Ellie. Nope, this one is not Red Rum, this one is just Bloody. Cool, he has Red Rum's, like, insta-kill ability. I don't know if this actually will do anything, but I'm doing it one more time, just in case. I hate you. I'm glad I just, saved. Good, he actually missed. See if I can keep my characters alive. Good, 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 good. Keep missing, keep missing. Well, it's not like healing really matters, considering his attacks are insta-kills, so let's just bring her back to life. I'm gonna drop his thing again. Accuracy. I'm gonna heal just in case he does have other attacks. So far he's only used Bloody. Oh yeah, miss. Wild Smile has won so many boss battles for us. It's not even funny. I should speed up everyone so that we can get more attacks in as well. No, defense up, speed up. We'll speed up Bart next. Then I'll speed up Ellie. Miss. Oh, thank goodness. And then well, actually, defense doesn't really matter because the only attack he uses is Bloody. I don't think extra defense is going to help us with that since it's an insta-kill. Cast this again just in case. I don't know if it's going to have any effect, but I hope if it has a duration, I hope that extends it. If he lives long enough, I don't know how much health this boss has. I'll try doing some combo attacks. Oh, he actually hit her, but it didn't kill her. He just did like a slash attack. Ellie's AP builds up the fastest, and Billy's builds up the slowest. It would seem. So I can combo Screamer twice. Let's see if it does anything special. I imagine it's just going to be the attack twice. Did quite a bit of damage. Okay, triangle X, or no. Yeah, triangle X for both Billy and Bart. Charges up their AP faster. Well, I guess for all three of them, since that's the only combo Ellie has at the moment. That's pretty cool. Kinda glad I figured out how to use the combo menu. You know, nearly 30 hours into the game. I don't know if he has any elemental weaknesses. I'm not gonna bother. I think everything will be okay. Next time it's Billy's turn, I am gonna heal everybody. The tides in this boss battle turned pretty quickly in our favor. In fact, that was one of the easiest boss battles we've done so far, I think. None of the bosses in this game have been very hard. The one I had the most trouble with was the boss battle against Ellie, before I realized I could equip, that ability that made her attacks do way less damage. It's my buddy. I'll call him over here. That thing said something, but the text went by a bit too fast. Yo, is that a babe? Nice babe. What do you mean it's your buddy? Something's happening. Billy's signal. Wait, this is a child. Hey everyone, it's Shift G. I think it's a child anyway. This is the orphanage. Wind direction okay. Target coordinates X1020, Z303. Roger. Engage autopilot. Catapult ready. Look out. Yeah, great. Push, pull. Child warfare. Stand by, okay. Ready? Go. Go get him. Today's launch was so-so. So you tell me Billy has his own gear? Just as I thought. This transport's infested. I must go to the Ethos until Bishop Stone. What is that in the water behind us? What? There's something... There's nothing there but some fish jumping around. I love the sea, the cool breeze. So different from the desert. From now on, I'm a man of the sea. Billy, who's Buddy? It's probably its brethren, a giant whales. An entity we wouldn't stand up much of a chance against by ourselves. But don't worry, they're pretty slow. Even if that Wells called it, it probably won't reach us in time. But I called for my gear anyway, just to be safe. I think it reached us. Faster than I expected. Well, here it comes. Hey! What now? Didn't you just say that we wouldn't stand a chance against that by ourselves? Should be any time now. Wow. And there's the Yggdrasil. Just fight this thing with the Yggdrasil. Great timing on the part of the kids. I owe them one. Well, get ready, 'cause here it come. Alright, time to see what Billy's mech can do. I didn't upgrade the thing at all, but it's probably pretty upgraded anyway, considering we just got it. Actually, you know what? I probably couldn't have upgraded it if I wanted to. Alright. Now, I was given advice last time that, well, not last time, but previously, that you could use boost on all the bosses and you'd be fine. So I'm gonna activate booster right off the bat. You got boost power! Yeah, right out on front! Alright, so far we've done a total of nothing to this thing. I love enemies that do this to me. Let's try lightning on it. I did something. Oh, good. We just made it bigger. Oh, wait, but his defense went down. His attack went up, but his defense went down. Okay. Still not enough of a defense down to matter. Yeah, attack it with the Yggdrasil that we're on. Yo, where'd we get a second Yggdrasil? That was pretty cool, though. I hope we're doing the right thing here. Making him bigger. His defense doesn't seem to have dropped. Well, that hurt him. This boss might be a bit harder than the last one. Until now. We'll just drop his accuracy till he can't hit us anymore. Ow. Pop a cap in ya. Ellie just... Oh, she finally managed to hit him, actually. It might be placebo, but it seems to have an effect when used multiple times. Can we make him big enough that he just falls under his own weight? He's not getting any bigger. Okay, well. Let's just keep smacking him with magic. Miss. Haha. Is he almost dead already? Well, that was easy. I take back what I said like 3 minutes ago. Thank you for helping me, everyone. To be honest, that was too dangerous for me on my own. I couldn't have done it without you. Is your job always this dangerous? Ah, I never thought you would call it gear. But what in the hell is the ethos thinking, anyway? We Etones are merely fulfilling our divine mission. Sorry, it was wrong of me to say that. Don't take it so seriously. So, you're going to report back to the Ethos about your job's results, right? Well, if you like, we shall give you a ride to the Ethos HQ. It's on our way. That would be great, so long as it doesn't put you out. I have something to give you as a sign of my gratitude. So please accompany me into the Ethos headquarters. Let's go. Okay, I gotta remember where the Ethos headquarters are. Also, I gotta save, because we just beat 2 bosses back to back. All right. Shall we launch the Yggdrasil? Yeah, sure. I do gotta remember to pick up some more survival tents. I'm sure Mason sells them. Alright, Ethos HQ is like right over here. Now, I think someone mentioned that we do eventually get an airship. I'm kind of excited for that. Well, this is a new enemy. It's like a weird cockatrice. It's a griffin, actually. I don't know why cockatrice is the first thing I thought of. The enemies out here on the water are pretty tough, aren't they? Thing's almost like a boss in its own right. I like his mech's cape. That is a nice flourish. Billy's got one of the cooler looking mechs in the game so far. Wow, these mummies are fucked. Oops, I killed him. What levels are my characters right now? Are we in the 40s yet? Kinda curious. 38, 38, and 39. Bart is almost in 40. I gotta say, so far I really like the pacing of this game. It feels good. I don't know if it'll stay that way. I know Final Fantasy VII has a lot of pacing issues throughout. Not that I really mind, it's still a fun game. It's just, there's some parts of that game that, when I was a kid, I was like, holy shit, what is happening? Like the whole, without spoiling anything, not that Final Fantasy VII is a game that should be able to be spoiled anymore, but I'll just say the whole who am I part. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I was just checking. This is... What happened here? Billy! Are you alright? What happened? I don't know. Suddenly, I heard a gunshot. Billy's father. Hey, hang in there. Hey! It's no use. You can't survive with those wounds. Why? Why did this happen? This is Father's shell casing. Damn it. Don't tell me he stormed into the Ethos headquarters in desperation. It's possible with him. Bart doesn't have an inside voice. I'm sorry to say. Ah! Don't move. Who are you? There are still survivors. Maybe it's not your father. Maybe your father's trying to defend the place. Kill you next time. Okay. I wonder which enemies I'm gonna attack first. Net. Stop. Did I attack the wrong enemies? You know, I don't care. I did not attack the wrong enemies. That really almost did kill me. I love that we just beat some bosses and now there's some enemies doing just as much damage. Do we have to do this? Okay, that guy went down really easily. Now, is this like, that attack from Final Fantasy? No, I guess not. I was gonna ask if that was like the, Demi, but no, it doesn't seem percentage-based. Who are these guys? Why are they attacking the ethos? Watch out, Billy. You guys are professional assassins. What? Then everyone... Come on, Billy. They have to be survivors. Let's help them. Yeah, first let's heal, because... that first ability fucked us... first battle fucked us right up. This is a very exciting song on the game soundtrack. Yo, the chef is still alive. What? Suddenly some men in black came and killed everyone. I hurried and hid, so they didn't find me. Yeah, good hiding job, dude. I hid in the kitchen where I work. Well, it makes sense that something like this would happen in order to give Billy a reason to stick with us, I guess. Maybe these assassins won't be as... oh, nope, they absolutely are. Alright, start with this one. I'm glad my Poison Whip works on these guys. It was not working on any enemies in that last part. Oh, good job doing no damage. That's not a lot of damage.
You're Etone. All that awaits those with the ethos is death.
Death is the time for beginnings. Oh, fuck. You know, I kind of do want to start with these enemies just because they're so weak. Have a coin to the throat. Yeah, that is kind of a sick attack. Like, you flick a coin into the air and then shoot it into their throat.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
Excuse me. It's strange, even though this isn't like a fighting game, per se, it does have, you know, fighting game style combos. I try to avoid spamming combos, even though it's not a fighting game.
What's going on? Are these guys in black gonna kill all of us who are with the ethos?
Well, except you, because you're with us.
Here comes our prey. Kill it.
I'm giving them like goblin voices because they look like goblins. Not even the enemies that just charged us, but whatever. You're about to get system shook. Say bye to your nut. It's about to get cracked. I need Ellie to learn more combos. She's the only character where I can't not spam Screamer. This has definitely been one of the less story parts for the stream. This episode of Xenogears has mostly been combat. Not that I really mind, but when I play Xenogears, I think the thing I look forward to the most is the story. This could be fun! I definitely like the story of this game quite a lot. The combat's fun too, but it's just fun doing all the voices for the characters and hurting my throat. I haven't run out of ammo for Billy yet, so I guess I probably bought plenty. Is that the best you can do, dude? Couldn't even keep his promise. I feel like we're about to fight another boss, which is fine. Maybe not, but it does feel like there's gonna be a boss at the end of all this. Which way was I going? This way. Because I got attacked as soon as I entered the room.
What's going on? The Etone are in charge of the Ethos. Military, but they've been killed without signs of struggle.
Well, they were assassinated. Presumably, they didn't even have a chance to struggle. If this really is Billy's father, he's going to be pissed. Here's some survivors. What happened to the man from the Ethos? He hasn't been back since he left the room earlier.
What's going on outside? Suddenly, Men in Black stormed in here. Etones are fighting back for us now.
What's happening? I'm scared. Oh, that's all those rooms. I guess we check elsewhere. I keep telling myself I'm gonna take a nap after the stream. Just because I am pretty tired after today. But it's 6:30 p.m. I might as well just push through and stay up till I have to go to bed. I just gotta do something to wake myself up. Maybe I'll hop in the shower. That's a nice alternative to taking a nap sometimes. Bart is down. Let's heal everybody. Okay, I don't think I went in this room. Oh, this goes down, okay. Oh yeah, that's right, this is the like, futuristic area. What is all this about? Who are you all? You're still pretending you don't know anything. You may be the leader of the Ethos, but you don't know when you're beaten. It's been exposed. Rebelling against us will cost you your life. Ah! The Pontiff. Damn you. We just stood there and watched that man die. We didn't we could have intervened. So what was the Pontiff up to that got him assassins sent after him? I wonder. Now we have a new mystery on our hands. I want to see how much damage the poison does. I keep poisoning these guys and then killing them right afterwards. $14 is not a lot, which is unfortunate, but it is a bit of extra damage that I will take, I suppose. Oh! Oh! Bart is level 40, man. Well, there goes all my magic. Hopefully we find a save spot soon. The enemies here do quite a lot of damage. Yo, you're about to get nut cracked. I'm not a fan of this seal attack. Sometimes it does, like, no damage, though, which isn't that big of a deal. You know, now that I think about it, the 3DS game Project Cross Zone, its combat system is a bit like this game's, where you do different combos and it's very flashy.
What's happening? Those men in black are killing the Ethos people indiscriminately.
Yo, can we use this fancy bed to get our health back? No. I forgot about the Omega Soul being, like, useful as fuck. Like, it was such a useful item, you could buy it for, like, $40 or something like that. It was extremely cheap at the beginning of the game. I mean, you can only use it outside of battle, but still. Feels very overpowered. Alright, we'll go this way after we check the other... I want to check the other doors. Down the other hall there. What does stop do? Prevent you from using ether? No, it just stops you from being able to take your turn. Stop spam. Oh my god, this is like Metapod using Harden. Metapod, use Harden. Ten hours later. Twelve hours later. Two weeks later. Jesus. Oh. That was not a very fun start to this particular fight. I'm gonna use my shotgun now because I am low on handgun ammo. I just now realized where the ammo counters were for Billy. Billy! Billy! Yo, it's Big Joe.
Oh, my best buddy! You came all the way to save me, eh? Well done, well done. Someday you'll brag about saving me.
Hey, how about you give me back my money, you motherfucker?
Adios, amigos.
Don't take my money again, muchacho. Are you alright? Please answer me. I don't know anything. I can't talk any more than this. Hang in there now, don't worry, we came to help you. Shivat got to contact Shivat. Shivat? Did he just say Shivat? These wounds are horrific. Might not survive in this condition. Let's call my crew on the IG to come and help him out. Now, I hope I don't actually have to do that. I hope it's done automatically. Considering I don't have a button for contacting the Yggdrasil, as far as I know. Alright, let's see what's in this room. Well, here we go. Judging from our position, this room is right under the cathedral, which could mean that this is the Ethos Databank? The Ethos Databank? Well, everyone's here now. I'm sure of it. This has to be the Ethos Databank. This databank holds all the information concerning the ethos, from the past to the present, everything. This facility is strictly off limits to us. Only the bishop class can enter this area. Yeah, but even then, this place is damn well equipped. Look at it. I say, a facility of this magnitude would even be hard to find in Solaris. Why would the ethos have such a setup? Wait a minute. This is Solaris equipment. Solaris? Don't be so surprised. No matter how vast this world is, such advanced equipment as this could only come from Solaris.
The ethos has been assaulted by someone, and in the basement we find a Solarian facility.
The plot thickens. What's going on here? What is this place? Hey, Billy, you know anything about this? Don't ask me. How would I know? This is my first time in here.
Then let's investigate.
Satan! What is that being displayed there? Looks like some transmission record from somewhere. I might be able to find some clues here. Wait one moment. Alright. Now I am able to transmit it into the main displays. Ignis conflict status, 37th Arms supplement upgrading. Report number 50-2024 from Nortunes D. Maintain Kislev gears at level D2. Current balance equals 4-6. Reports by Bishop Shakan of the Ignis Diocese. Due to the intervention of an uncertain factor, correction is needed. Progress of the operation has declined by 30%.
What the heck is this? Why is the Ethos looking into this kind of stuff? On top of that Shakan's a bishop? Wasn't he excommunicated from the Ethos 17 years ago?
That can't be the case if he's been sending in regular reports.
Look here. The destinations of all the resources collected by the Ethos through trade with each area. All the resources are being sent on to the Solaris homeland. But why would the Ethos be sending supplies to Solaris? I don't know. This is in the Solarian language, but it's been encoded. Hold on. What is this?
Come on, hurry up!
Hold on. It's hard to translate this stuff. Lambs, Great War, Collapse, Re-Education. Post-war rehab plan based on schedule for building gate foundations. Lambs 02 through 04 to Ignis, 05 to 08 to QV, 11 through 16 to be uniformly distributed. Put into practice, Ethos established as an organization. Supervision by elders, conference, supervision by the Gazelle. The Ethos is...
Huh?
It's all a front. The Ethos is really a subsidiary organization of Solaris.
So, does this all mean...
In short, it's like this. 500 years ago, there was a great war that occurred between Solaris and the Land Dwellers. It's not clear what the outcome was, but after the war, Solaris feared another Land Dweller revolt. So Solaris built a gate, or barrier, that separates Solaris' land from the rest of the world's land. The Land Dwellers who lived within this gate were made to dwell as separate races, and were thus supervised. To carry out the actual supervision, Solaris established the Ethos. So the Ethos is actually controlled by the Gazelle Ministry, or Solaris' highest governmental body. So yes, the Ethos is really a front, or a subsidiary organization working for Solaris. Excavation findings, goods, and natural resources from the surface are transported to Solaris by the Ethos. This also includes human resources, or people used for manual labor and so on. Basically, this here is the window between the planet's surface and Solaris up there in the skies above. According to these records, there's been an enormous amount of goods and people transferred to Solaris.
So, the Ethos has been manipulating us. Anything else?
The rest is mainly about population distribution and excavation records. The amount of detailed information about races and their biological data kind of concerns me, though. Here is a relatively recent record. It also indicates that there has been a large amount of people sent to Solaris. The majority of them were people who had come to the Ethos seeking help or spiritual salvation. This can't be. I've heard nothing of the sort.
So, what happened to all those people you've seen coming here for help?
They became E-tones like me.
Surely not all of them. What happened to the ones that didn't become E-tones?
Well,
It's all becoming clear then, eh? How about it, Ellie?
there are facilities in Solaris for accommodating surface dwellers. I know. The third-class citizen level, Earth dwellers of various races are regularly sent there as manual labor.
So this is the source of their labor supply.
But that's impossible. How could that be? Even if that was the case, who would kill all those Ethos people and why? This could be your answer. What? The 44th Salvage Plan.
The 44th Salvage Plan? Isn't that what the captain of the Thames was talking about?
This is the only plan that is not linked to Solaris. It has been initiated by the Ethos itself as a completely independent project. It was commenced about 19 years ago. Allow me to display the data. Completed investigation of the Zeboim city, which sank to the bottom of the sea approximately 4,000 years ago. After over 100 test digs, the city center has been ascertained. Are we going to get to explore an underwater city? Excavation planned to begin. So from this, it appears that under Acuvi lies an ultra-ancient civilization. They've been doing a huge number of test digs and obtained a vast quantity of resources from the ruins. Biological weapons, reactive weapons. I see. So this must be their intention. My assessment of the circumstances is that the Ethos is attempting to break away from Solaris. And once free from its master, it is likely it will attempt world domination on its own.
Attempt a breakaway and attempt world domination. That's an incredible plan.
Yes, but the real intentions of the Ethos are quite obvious. The fact they are not reporting the results, let alone the site's very existence, gives it away. The Ethos is planning to revolt by monopolizing this ultra-advanced civilization's resources. Actually, such rebellions have been quite common. So do you think Solaris is responsible for this attack on the Ethos? Yes, that is probably it. Shall we move along? There could be more to find yet. My ethos. My faith.
Hey, Billy! How long you planning on being like that? Get a hold of yourself!
This is all just speculation based on circumstantial evidence. It would be best for you to confirm what is the truth with your own eyes. We're going to go on further. Sight and Enrico, could you please accompany the person from Shivat to the Yggdrasil? Well, that was a lore dump. Things are getting interesting. There's conspiracy in the air. I still can't believe it. The Ethos was that dubious an organization. What was it that I believed in all this time? Isn't that the very reason why I told you back then that you belong with us? Verlaine. You're defiled, Billy. You left the Ethos and kept company with dregs who have no faith at all. You lost sight of what it means to be defiled. We didn't expect it out of you who used to live only for your faith. You should have remained like us. But fear not, Billy. I shall cleanse you. You'll live within me. You'll become one with me in death. What?
Father to the rescue.
You! Father, how could you do that?
What are you getting flustered about, boy? It was a stun bullet. Just taking a nap. Should have been able to tell by the sound it made. Besides, these murderers are not from the Ethos. Look.
That symbol.
Yes, that's right. They're agents of Solaris. Probably an assassination unit under Stone's command. I got word that they were exterminating all Ethos members and hurried here, but I was too late. All Ethos affiliates have already been killed, except for those on some sort of salvage mission.
You claim Verlaine and his men are an assassination unit for the Bishop. How could you even say such blasphemy?
That's right, we are servants of the Bishop. Our mission is to hand out judgment on fallen priests and sinners in order to make them repent.
Is that true, Verlaine? But why people from the Ethos?
The Pontiff and his brethren deserve to die. They allowed greed to tempt them into abandoning their duties on the Ethos to pursue world domination. They passed their own death sentences when they allowed such desires to overtake them. And that's not all. Saving orphans and refugees may seem like works of mercy. The little boys and girls kept here were actually used as a means to satisfy the desires of the pontiff and bishops. Indulging in selfish desires. This is not conduct befitting of priests. Such defiled leaven have no right to speak for God. This is why we set out on this purification work. They must atone for their sins. Those are the bishop's orders. Even if that were true, we have no right to punish others. Judgment belongs to God. That is what we were taught, wasn't it? God. Where does such a being exist? We should know by now how the ethos came about. It was an organization created by Solaris, aeons ago, solely for the purpose of managing ignorant humans. Its doctrines are just deceptions, designed to control the masses. The ethos used the two sweet fruits of faith and technology well to skillfully manipulate global affairs and people's zeal. Thus, they manipulated the ignorant masses to repeatedly continue their pointless wars. Eventually, battle data on man and weapons gleaned from these wars was sent to Solaris itself and analyzed to aid in the ruling of the entire Earth. These intentionally perpetuated wars caused much psychological discord, but faith in God, salvation, was used as a cushion to soften the blow. It was a well thought out system, but the choice of managers was extremely poor. Or did you think that acting the part of a faithful servant of God would someday yield an answer from a great God somewhere? Can't you see that such a divine being just never existed from the beginning? And you don't seem to realize this, but you yourself were passing judgment on sinners as much as we were. I've been passing judgment? That's right. Daily you have been dirtying your hands as an accomplice. Are you trying to take away my ultimate pleasure, Valane? Yeah. Valane, hang in there. Billy. Ugh. Valane. A good-for-nothing chatterbox such as you has no right to live. Bishop, why, Valane? What in heavens are you trying to accomplish? I am the Inquisitor sent to Earth from Solaris.
The Inquisitor?
The status of Bishop is merely a convenience for my activities on the Earth. The Ethos was created as a Solaris sub-organization, given the task of managing Earth dwellers. But over the years, the Ethos started to set up convenient doctrines for itself. It then went on to gather the ignorant masses and created a god for them to believe in. Then the Ethos even went so far as to plot a separation from its creator, Solaris. Solaris had no choice but to eliminate all those who defy our rule and raise the flag of rebellion. The ones prepared as eliminators were the Etones, the Atoners. The organization I established within the Ethos had two purposes. On the surface, their aim was to eliminate the Reapers, or Wells, that run rampant on the Earth. But that's not their only purpose. Behind the scenes, we also had selected men like Valane. These were responsible for observing and eliminating any corrupt people who appeared in the Ethos. You didn't have the chance to learn of this since you left the Ethos so early. Or actually, I just never told you. There was another role I wanted you to perform. Another role? Billy, there are certain things in this world that you're happier not knowing. Even lies and deceptions can become the truth for some people of the Earth. Particularly those not knowing the true nature of things, or how these systems of things work.
In fact, the God and faith systems set up by the ethos were the truth itself, were they not? Tell me, what other role were you talking about? What did Varlane mean when he spoke of judgment? So, you want to know. Can you bear the full weight of the truth? Billy, if you can bear that weight, then I'm willing to tell you. You believed that you were saving wandering souls, didn't you? That's why you carried out your cleansing of the Reapers' wells from the earth, right? In fact, it was all just another control system put in place by Solaris. But what's more, your saving work, that very activity you believed in so much, was in reality...
You're talking too much nonsense.
Father,
You haven't changed at all since then, have you, Stein?
Stein? That's a name I haven't been called for a long time. Hearing that name vividly brings back a pleasant twinge of pain to the scars on this body. Know what I mean, Josiah?
Heh. Your brain still isn't working right. Answer me. Why do you have such a roundabout way of doing things?
That's not worth wasting my breath answering. Just consider it my reward in life. Of course, that includes watching your agonizing death. I could succumb to the desire to slice up your body here and now and drag out your innards. But I can't do that now. I have a matter to attend to elsewhere. That duty comes before any pleasure could have with you here.
I haven't the time to waste anymore. I won't let you go that easily, Stein.
I can't be bothered by insignificant wretches like you. Until next time. And as a parting gift, I'll have these men entertain you. Bishop Stone! Well then, excuse me. Oh, and Billy, if you have something you wish to discuss, come see me later. I'll be waiting for you. Alright, hopefully we win this fight, because that was a lot of reading. I'm gonna start right out by healing everybody. And killing that guy. Well, there was that story I've been looking for all stream. All right. Next save spot, I'm gonna be calling it for tonight. But this has been a pretty decent episode of Xenogears, I'd say. Excuse me. Alright, still pretty low on handgun ammo, but I got plenty of shotgun shells.
Stein, you aren't going anywhere.
Kinda wish he said ain't. You ain't going nowhere. That's how I would've wrote that line.
Stein, you ain't going nowhere.
Yes, that is correct.
Just missed him. Looks like Stein's. There.
How? Did he teleport over there?
That gear is huge.
It's huge!
The Solaris mobile gear. Alcon shell.
A mobile gear? What the heck is that?
Maybe big, but it's slow to maneuver, so it'll be alright in our gears. Its firepower is phenomenal. Against a bigger target like a ship, blam, it'd be all over.
Wait a minute, that means...
The captain and crew are in danger. They don't know anything about this.
I think the Yggdrasil can catch up with the gear. Let's hurry and go help the Thames fleet.
Oh shit, leave the Thames alone. Those guys are cool. I do not want anyone on the Thames dying. I'll be very upset.
I've picked up the Ethos fleet and the Thames on the radar, sir. They're on the sea south of here. If we travel at full speed, we can reach them in an hour.
All right, set sail for Thames.
Aye, aye, sir. First mate, the radar, sir.
What is it?
The radar just detected an enormous object. It appeared straight above the fleet.
Don't tell me Stone's there already.
No, it is much bigger than that. Estimated at least 2,000 Charles. That's gigantic. What in the heavens is happening?
Boss battle? Or is it Solaris above us? No, leave the Thames alone. The Thames is cool, man. Well, that's upsetting. Is that the evil council? I think that's the thing from Pokemon Vietnam, Big Bag Ballfuck.
All that was needed was to fulfill the duty. Now I sense a thought of greed. A selfish greed. The question is faith. We have no need for an organization of fanatics. We will seek what they will. It's their nature. But too much is undue. Something must be done. A reprimand is necessary. They are an expendable group. There is nothing we can do at this point.
I need a drink. My throat is going to fall off. Yes, there is nothing more to gain from their continued existence.
They've already done what we required. Currently, we're in the process of dealing with each area responsible. Stein is in charge of dealing with the QV. Bear in mind the need for a fitting solution. Didn't we just take care of that? Moreover, Krellin is rather exorbitant. It's only a molecular machine. Why is he placing so much importance on it? Humans and machines, it's all the same to us. Yes, they are all the same. The evil council whose voices change every time they appear in the game. Ah, the evil council! Main gun, 20 until the energy is recharged. Engineering, ready for a full demonstration. Main ship, military units are at standby. Cleanup is at 80%. Currently our heading is clear. Who are these people? Krellian, there are several ships that have not been vaporized. What should we do?
Oh, these are the assholes on the big ball fuck. Lambs 03, 05, and 11 are damaged. Just retrieve the non-damaged ones. Eliminate the rest of the trash. Use the test subjects' wells for retrieval and elimination. We've confirmed the marker, location of Stein. Of the 130 research and excavation sites, it's in the southernmost peak. Shock troops are entering Zaboim now. I see. The thing they've searched for over 500 years. This should be interesting. Releasing the wells. I'm not happy about the themes. Well, the captain's still alive.
What's that? Just that huge fishbowl thing.
What are you asking me for?
Were the other salvager fleets along, almost blown away by one shot? Is this the way the ethos greets us?
I seriously doubt that. Why do they have to attack us? We only came to help with excavations. Captain, wells, repairs, reapers are coming out of that fishbowl thing in the dozens.
What?
Why? This can't be happening.
Launch the gears. Load the big gun.
Captain!
Alright, y'all. We're going to assist in rescuing the survivors from the other ships. If at all possible while trying to retreat. And shoot down those wells with our 2 guns. Don't let those filthy wells get near our Thames. Hans, look alive! Take the helm! We'll show that fishbowl thing how real men of the sea retreat.
Yes, sir! I'm going to have no voice tomorrow. I'm glad the Thames can defend itself at least a little bit. We need to hurry the fuck up and come help them. Alright, I'd say everybody get below deck, considering the situation. I've detected a rescue signal. It seems the Thames is being attacked by a pack of Reapers.
So, this is the purging by Solaris that Stone was talking about.
Let us make haste. Otherwise the Thames will be destroyed by Reapers. Yes, seriously, let's go help them. They were really good to us. Can I put Faye in the party yet? No. Faye is still out of commission. I'm gonna put Bart in, I think. I think this would be an okay party. I'm gonna leave Billy in because he's a good support character. And Bart has the ultimate ability to use on every boss. But we're gonna be saving here for now. I know it's kind of a... It's a very cliffhanger spot to save on, but spent 2 hours, just a little over, and I am quite tired. We will see what happens next, soon. Next Monday, specifically. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next Monday. I'm gonna get going.